Hey friends, it's Isa, your friendly local marketing confidence cheerleader, local as into these internet streets. And I'm here to talk to you about pricing, which is the theme this month for Squad, my group business coaching program. Hey, Beija Flor Bodywork. So I wanted to talk with you about something that can feel a little rough for people to grasp. And when you're choosing the price for your services, it's when you realize, damn, I couldn't afford me. And then it freaks people out when they're like, I literally couldn't afford to hire me for this help. So let me help you reconcile that. It's okay if you couldn't afford to hire you because you are not your ideal customer. By the nature of the term ideal customer, we are marketing to people who can afford it. So if you couldn't afford you, that's okay. You're just not your ideal customer. So a lot of us have ideal customers who aren't us. Like my favorite hairstylist said he couldn't afford himself as his hairstylist. And that's fine because he makes a ton of business and customers doing really fancy, cool, multicolored dyes. And that's fine that he's not his ideal customer. He still sells just fine, just great. And he just knows to market to people who can afford that price point. Here's where it does get tricky though. Let's say it's very important to you to offer a service to folks who might not have availability in their finances for luxury pricing. So let's say you're offering money coaching or some sort of trauma healing or emotional support, and you know the people who need this work the most, who you most want to serve, who you feel most lit up at the thought of working with, could not afford a luxury price. This is the time, and a lot of people are going to disagree with me here, but this is the time when you have to consider pricing it in a way that they can afford and then tailoring your offer or your package so it does not leave you feeling resentful, burnt out, or exhausted to deliver on this service. So if we're talking about coaching, a lot of us want to have these 4 or 5 figure packages, and that's fine if our ideal customer is someone who can afford a 4 or 5 figure package. If that is not our ideal customer and we're not willing to change to a customer that can afford that, we've got to change our price and probably our package so that it doesn't force us to over deliver, burn ourselves out, and feel resentful on delivering the work. So ways we could change up the format of what we're offering so we're not burning ourselves out is we could take it to a group rather than one-on-one. We could shorten the length. We could shorten or eliminate how much material goes into that package, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so basically that's the word. It is okay if you couldn't afford you. You are pricing for your ideal client. If the price is right, the package is right, then your ideal client can afford it. If your ideal client definitely couldn't afford luxury pricing, we need to change the price. Yes, so that they can afford it, but then we also need to change the package so you aren't exhausted, burnt out on delivering it. So nuance on this. Don't count other people's money. Most of us need to do some market research in this arena to see what could people afford? How do they value this type of service if they understood it? So actually in a free workshop I gave today, I recommended one person. I was like, do you have I feel like a lot of you out there have at least 4 or 5 people in mind where you're like, you need this. You need what I have to offer. I know you're interested. You ask about it all the time. You open all my emails. What isn't hitting? Why aren't you buying this? What I recommended to this person was they offered to send them $5 for a cup of coffee and ordered to either fill out a survey or just have a quick chat about how they value the service. Would this price point match with what they are available for? If they were like, oh yes, if they had 100% confidence that you could deliver on what you say you could deliver, the result you say you could deliver, would they value it at the price that you have it priced at? Or if not, what would they actually be willing to pay? And I recommend you do this so that you don't get caught in your own framework to assume everybody's as broke as you. or everybody's as well off as you, because a lot of times we don't know. We literally have to research our clients, our customers, to see what is affordable, what is within their range, how they do value things. Market research is a whole ass industry for this exact reason, because we can't assume, we can't count other people's money. So have conversations, talk to people, research, look at competitors, see how they're pricing similar offers, but do check whether they have a similar ideal client to you. So there is that. What else did I want to say? Okay. Accessibility I wanted to talk about. So I did a reel a little while ago about how it's not going to be accessible to anybody, exactly 0 people, if you can't afford to keep offering it. So we do need to prioritize you getting enough money to continue offering it to be accessible to anybody at all. Now, that said, I know a lot of you want to have your work available to people who couldn't otherwise afford it and that aren't quite your ideal customer enough for you to lower a price to where they could afford it, or they simply can't afford anything at all in the range. In this case, I recommend looking towards community care. You could market people donating to a scholarship fund. I've done that before, like a scholarship fund reserved for folks in financial hardship, etc., who had other barriers to accessing the program. If at some point you have so many clients and so much profit and overflow that you can just totally fund a scholarship on your own, that's a great thing, etc. But bottom line, get paid so it can still be accessible and to anybody at all, so that you can afford to offer it. All right, hope that was helpful. If that gave you any insights, I'd love to hear from you. Send me a DM, leave me a message in the comment. And if you could use some support with pricing, the squad has a workshop all 100% about that tomorrow, March 12th. And we're talking about it all month in our private group. We've got upcoming group cheerleading, so we're unpacking all of the strategic, tactical, and emotional stuff that can come up around pricing and working through it together in community, full of support, full of hype, and full of cheerleading, because I am the marketing confidence cheerleader, and I'm going to make sure you leave those sessions feeling hyped up, pumped up, and confident. All right, love you, bye.